Hello and welcome. Margaret Ann Lembo here. It's time to have a little bit of fun with animals, animal totems in the Gemstone Kingdom. This is a bit about some of the four-leggeds. There were so many four-leggeds that I had to really give myself a moment to figure out which ones are we going to talk about tonight. So you'll see in just a moment. I just wanted to let you know that this realization, animal totems and the gemstone kingdom, came to me literally in a dream. I woke up from a dream and I heard the title, Animal Totems in the Gemstone Kingdom, Spiritual Connections of Crystal Vibrations in the and Animal Medicine. It was like very specific. And so, thank goodness I was blessed with a publisher that wanted to publish both the book and the deck. And so tonight we're going to delve into just a few, pausing on the screen because I'm really having a good time looking at the cats and the dogs and the elephant and all the animals here. Those cats have a cute face right there looking at you. And so we're going to delve into a few of the four-leggeds in the book. So the first one is bare and magnetite octahedron. Now, there are more minerals for each one of the animals than what I have listed as the main one, and you'll see that on the next screen. But let's just talk a little bit about bare medicine. And so the first thing, and everything in this presentation is based on my book and literally copied and pasted out of my manuscript to share aspects of this. And so the first thing that I love to do is to have us, you, me, contemplate. Ask a question. Have you been feeling overwhelmed? Do you feel the need to retreat? Is it time to become quiet so that you can hear your own inner voice and the voice of higher wisdom and knowledge? Perhaps it is. So when bear shows up in your life, it is often a reminder to take the time to retreat and just be. It Bear is a perfect symbol of taking some time to go within to find the answers and also to pay attention to your olfactory abilities, that sense of smell that you have. So when you smell something specific, even if it maybe isn't exactly what other people smell, you maybe nobody else is smelling what you're smelling, pay attention because if bear has shown up in your life, whether it's in a program, in a movie, in a book, right now on the screen, it might be reminding you to pay attention to your olfactory abilities because bears specifically, have very strong abilities to sense of smell. Bear and this mineral also teach you that you should draw out what you don't need to filter and discern. So this is the message from Bear, and this is a picture of the card from the deck. Now, the actual book has 88 animals and minerals, and the deck has 44. Maybe someday we'll publish a second deck that has the other 44, but at this moment, this is what we have. So also notice I listed here, before we go into the message from Bear, these gemstones here are the other gemstones that I would say are associated with bear, especially honey calcite, moonstone, and sodalite. So the message from bear, slow down, go within, stop doing, just be. Quiet time is necessary. It is time to be reclusive and quiet, experience contemplative thought. Find your balance by avoiding the company of others. Be aware enough to know when it is time to step out of the inner world and give birth to ideas and projects that were realized during the solitude. So it's a fine balance, It's go within, then remember to come back out of the cave, metaphorically speaking, and take action on the realizations that you had through contemplative thought and quiet time within. So Bear's affirmation is, it's easy for me to go within and know the truth. I take time for inner reflection. Contemplative thought helps me reveal and process thoughts and feelings. I awaken my awareness through quiet time and meditation. I'm a clear channel, and my filters allow me great mental clarity. So here's some cute little cats. I actually picked these cats because a friend of mine has recently has a new kitty that looks like the one on the far right. So cat medicine, you can see hidden night is, maybe you have some hidden night. It's not as common. Hidden night is actually green kunzite. It's a spudomine. But if you don't have hidden night, or you can't get a hold of hidden night, you can get some amethyst. You could probably find azurite or malachite, labradorite, leopard skin jasper especially, because it's associated with cat medicine and flexibility. Lapis lazuli, lepidolite, moonstone, selenite, a trilobite, unakite. These all have a vibration that are energetically matching with the medicine of cats. So the message from cat is, be alert and observe your surroundings using all your senses. Because if you really pay attention to how cats are, and I am around a lot of cats, I know that they're very observant, they're very aware of their surroundings, and they are quite aware using their senses. Take time to stretch and maintain your physical flexibility. Now, that's a strong message for me because I have not done that lately, so I should take that message and do that soon for sure. Relax and curl up with your loved ones. That's an easy one for me. I like that one. Let yourself lie down and take a nap when you feel the need to rest. Use your voice to comfort yourself and others through song or humming. And that's the purring aspect of the cat. Cat medicine and the vibration of the purr can really help with comfort. And so your own humming or song can assist yourself in comfort. The sound and breath of your hum will slow your breathing and soothe you. So the contemplative question that is associated with cat and the gemstone hidden night is, do you have a lot of worrisome, repetitive thoughts? Have you noticed that you are extremely sensitive to the thoughts, feelings, and emotions and physical challenges of others? It's time to find mental peace and tranquility in your life. Take the time to meditate and relieve your mind of incessant chatter, which if you started with me at 5:45, you just did that, which is wonderful. We just had a nice meditation. Observe life in a detached manner and focus on what is truly important. Now, this card is two-sided. On the other side, there's a cat, and then the affirmations from the cat. So, in order for, based on time, I could only do so much for tonight's presentation. So here's Coyote. This is just, for me, this is very visibly appealing to me, is taking a look at that Coyote and also the Malachite. So the thing with Coyote that I first learned, when I first learned about Coyote medicine, was through the teachings of Medicine Wheel or the Wheel of Life. And coyotes, and also through Jamie Sam and I can't think of the other author's name at the moment, Jamie Sam's book, Medicine Cards. And so in the story that I love that is about Coyote and the medicine cards is Coyote standing in front of a steamroller. This is a story. And he says, what is this? What is this thing? And he's standing there and contemplating it and looking at it. And then the steamroller rolls over him and like almost like cartoon like, it flattens him out, and then he gets up, shakes himself off, and goes, wow, that's interesting. And then goes and stands in front of the steamroller again, and the same thing happens. So it's like This is a very short version of the little story about Coyote and the steamroller. But the very specific message here is that we have repetitive patterns. We do a certain thing, we maybe have a realization or don't, do the same exact thing again and wonder why this keeps happening to us again because we haven't paid attention the first time it happened to us. So this is the message from Coyote. Your repetitive patterns in life are important to recognize so that you can prepare to emerge from the maze you've created. Walk the labyrinth and find the higher spiritual purpose for all of your challenges and lessons. As you discover which patterns no longer serve you, remove them and replace them with new patterns. Look for the emerging patterns of joy, harmony, and inner peace. Embrace them and continue forward in your evolutionary spiral upward. So you can see how the patterns in Malachite and the lessons from Coyote are associated. They vibrationally are connected. Another thing that Coyote teaches us is to also take the lesson and then learn from it and then laugh at ourselves. Like, don't get down about it, but more take it and say, oh, that was interesting, and get more from a bigger perspective or observation, to observe those situations. Sometimes Coyote is about the trickster in certain native teachings, where the trickster is doing things purposefully, the coyote or the people are playing that role, to teach us lessons. So if we can realize that there's a trickster vibration going on, we can step away from that and observe and learn. So some of the other gemstones, amazonite, that's about the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The ammonite, which is spiraling into the center of your consciousness. Angelite, which is knowing your truth and speaking it and aligning with higher awareness. Blue lace agate, again, to see the patterns, because that's very much banded. Blue lace agate is banded blue chalcedony. Chevron amethyst, that makes sense because that's banded amethyst. And Picasso stone, which also has markings on it that have patterns within it. So all these stones absolutely align with Coyote and the teachings. There are many more teachings from this, but this is like little excerpts from the book. So I picked a really cute dog for you tonight to go with this one. I love that picture of that dog. So the dog and iolite. And iolite is very much like the gemstone sapphire, as you can see by these tumbled stones here on the bottom left. And iolite and sapphire are very much about loyalty and having loyal relationships, loyalty to yourself and loyalty to others. So other gemstones with dog medicine are citrine, Dalmatian jasper. Dalmatian makes sense. Dalmatian, the dog. Green aventurine, which is good luck and prosperity. Green tourmaline, also good luck. If you get to be around dog medicine, you're lucky. Emerald, prosperity. Jade, good luck again. Lapis lazuli, beautiful deep blue, which has to do with the loyal energy as well. Pink calcite, um, rose quartz because of the love vibration, and of course the sapphire. So the message from iolite, so this time I chose to pull the message from iolite. There's the message from the gemstone and the message from the animal for each one of these animals within this particular book, Animal Totems in the Gemstone Kingdom. So a message from iolite. Dog medicine can attract relationships into your life that will provide loving companions or a mutually satisfying relationship. It's safe to allow others to do nice things for you and shower you with gifts. Permit blessings and love to pour into your open, receptive heart. It's time to receive with grace. Decide what types of people you want in your life and know that you can attract them. So be like a dog. All right. Whoopsie. Went backwards in time there. And we have elephant. So elephants have a lot to do with it takes a village kind of a vibe, and the matriarch is a very much of a matriarchal society. And Veracite is not a very common stone that you can come across often, as far as my experience has been. So I wanted to be sure to list all the other gemstones that are associated with elephant, which you can see at the bottom of the screen: angelite, amazonite, bloodstone, clear quartz, girasol quartz, which is like a milky quartz, and that's the feminine vibe, jade, which often elephants are associated with good luck and good fortune, and so is jade. Moonstone, that's the feminine, the divine feminine, and the feminine energy. Opal, similar to moonstone from that perspective, is also the feminine energy. Pink calcite, which is love and kindness and motherly love, which again, the maternal vibe with the matriarch. Rhodochrosite, which is empowered love, and where your solar plexus and your heart are in alignment. The selenite, which is with the highest uh, connection with the divine. And turquoise is good for so many reasons, like communication and picking up sensations and being able to feel things as the elephants do. So the message from elephant is develop and cultivate a deep family bond. Find your village, notice the quote, village of people beyond your family, and nurture those connections. And these connections do take nurturing. We do need to take time to cultivate. Be receptive and a good listener as well as a good communicator. Pay attention to the subtle rumblings, barely audible or noticeable to others, because the elephants can pick up vibrations through their feet and connect with what something that might be going on far away. Sniff things out before you act. Check in and see how things feel to you. Trust your intuition, especially your sense of smell and the sensations you receive through touch or feel. Elephant. I don't know about you, but I have a little collection of gemstone elephants in my life, and I just love them. I have my mom's collection, and I've added more in my world. Well, here's a fun-looking fox staring at you. How cute. Fox and aragonite. So aragonite, you can get your hands on. We have aragonite here at the Crystal Garden. And also uh, the other gemstones. Let's go to the very bottom of the screen. So the citrine, and that's going to help you with confidence and being clear, intelligence. Fluorite, also being clear and very much connecting with your inner genius. Green calcite, staying heart-centered. Labradorite, to see the reflections and notice what's going on around you and observing yourself as well as outside of yourself. Lapis lazuli, for grounding. Moldavite, from being open to seeing things that are outside of your normal realizations or normal situations. Rhodochrosite, again, self-empowered love. Sapphire, for loyalty. Septarian. So septarian is calcite and concretions all put together that create an amalgamation. And I feel like that's beneficial for connecting with a very grounded approach to all different things that are going on at the same time. And shell fossil, which also has to do with connecting with a fossilized situation, which is an amalgamation of things. So when Fox trots into your life, observe your behavior and determine whether your actions are based on your capabilities and knowledge, or if you are achieving your goals through deceit or scheming. So this does take self-observation to notice if you're doing this or not. Through self-observation, you can align your intellectual nature with the divine and approach situations with authentic and ethical means. Know that you are an intelligent being and you can lovingly accomplish whatever you put your mind to. Develop your inner genius. So many of those stones match up with all those different things that are in that one little paragraph. Giraffe. Look at that face. Love those eyelashes. So, let's talk about a little bit about each one of these gemstones. First, let's talk about smoky quartz. So the vibrational matching gemstone smoky quartz point can help with eliminating doubt and worry when you're faced with chaos or confusion. So smoky quartz is used in situations where you intend to camouflage yourself to remain unnoticed until you can sort things out. So that's one of the things about giraffe that I almost called him camel. There is a relation to camel here too, because the type of fur they have and the spots they have is a type of camouflage. Once the confusion clears, you can see, sense, and know which direction to focus on. So the questions to contemplate, the contemplative questions, which is at the top of the screen, have you noticed that you are quite good at seeing what lies ahead? So that has to do with their height and being able to see into the distance. Have you tried to rise above situations to gain clarity? Are you comfortable sticking your neck out? So that doesn't, it's not negative or positive, it's just something to contemplate. Are you comfortable with putting your neck out? Are you able to take the higher road in life situations? So all of these things associate with a much deeper meaning of the medicine of giraffe. Azurite, malachite, that's good for being able to get into that intuitive aspect of yourself. So that's the see, sense, and know what to do. Um, Apophyllite, that also is the intuitive aspect. Blue tiger's eye, again, the intuitive aspect. Botswana agate, which is patterns and different ways that things are being presented because of the patterns like you see on the fur of the giraffe. Um, Gold tiger dioptase, which I don't see that often. Dolomite, gold tiger's eye. That one it would be very beneficial is when you're trying to gain clarity and see things more clearly, and also step away from situations that are no not good for you. That's about stepping away from the chaos or confusion. The gold tiger's eye. Labradorite is the reflection of what you're seeing in front of you and around you. Lapis lazuli, that's the part of you that's going to be having the clarity to see what lies ahead, the intuitive nature, potential future realities. Leopard skin jasper, also associated with the spots and the situation of how those spots change. And the red tiger's eye also has to do with being grounded and being taking action and knowing when it is time to step forward, when it is time to stick your neck out and take that road that you need to take. So horse medicine, moss included dogtooth calcite. So this particular picture here of the moss included dogtooth calcite, I was blessed to get like just this one piece, and I've never seen it again. Hopefully someday I'll see more of it. It's beautiful. And dogtooth calcite has a lot to do with your willingness to move forward and taking action, having a dogged um, intention, moving forward. The moss included and within the calcite, so this is green moss calcite, is for me, it reminded me of all of the hay that horses eat. I know that might sound ridiculous, but that's what came to mind when I was choosing which main gemstone is going to match with horse medicine. So the first card, which is the one that's in the center of the screen, is the side with this gemstone. Are you ready for freedom and forward movement? Is it time for you to move on or make it easy for someone else to do so? Is it time for you to move on or make it easy for someone else to do so? Be ready to take a journey. You may decide to take a journey within, or you can decide to journey into nature and restore your freedom and inner strength. Recognize the gifts of nature and align with nature's pharmacy from animals and plants. So, the positive affirmation that goes with horse: I am willing to find new pathways to discover my inner power. I am determined to align with the forces of nature that feed my soul. It's easy for me to find freedom and travel, either physically or within my consciousness. Nature brings me balance. I enjoy and absorb the positive green vibrations of this wonderful planet. So, this only touches a little bit on horse and horse medicine. There is so much more, and this is just a short little workshop to, touch on some aspects of these different animals. The gemstones that I would also look to match with horse medicine is carnelian for that energy of moving forward, garnet, also that vibration of being grounded and moving forward, taking action. The green moss agate, which has a similar look to this moss calcite, green moss calcite, and that has to do with nature and looking at being able to see within the gemstone. You can see that there's much more going on than just what you when you first look at the gemstone. Pyrite for being grounded and focused and having feeling secure. Red goldstone, that has to do with being able to um, see like the light within yourself. Red jasper, that is being able to manifest whatever you need to and want to. Same thing with ruby, manifesting. Sunstone, also visualization. There's a lot with horse medicine that I think has a lot to do with visualization. Now, I'm not a horse person. I have not had horses. I do not ride horses. So I'm speaking from a different standpoint. And then tree agate, of course, is also very much like green moss agate or green moss calcite. And that has to do with getting in touch with nature and nature's pharmacy and getting in touch with the positive green vibrations of this planet. And this might be our last one, zebra. What a beautiful zebra. When I look at the zebra, I think I'm seeing a unicorn. I know that sounds silly, but every time I look at this particular one, I think, is that a horn on his head? So zebra and zebra jasper. Now that's an easy matching gemstone, right? So the question with zebra medicine and zebra jasper is, can you see the writing on the wall? Are you caught up in an illusion? There's very specific lines and patterns on zebras and very specific lines and patterns on zebra jasper, which is why it's called zebra jasper. So some of the things to contemplate and think about or spend time thinking about how many perspectives there are in the world and that things aren't always what they seem to be at first glance. So using mental clarity and being focused, that can help you in your life in general. And putting pen to paper. When I see the black and white, everything it's black and white to me is a symbolism, even in the terminology, to actually put things down, write it down, get it clear, put it on the line between the lines on the paper, and then read between the lines of what's on the paper. Embrace your distinctive characteristics because each zebra has a very distinctive set of patterns and characteristics on their coat. And then this, because it's black and white, that is helps us to connect with the duality of life, both the zebra jasper as well as the zebra, because we do have, this is the planet of duality. Stay focused on the light while embracing the darkness. So there's a lot of good medicine in this and such a beautiful animal, huh? Well, everything that I talked about tonight all stems from the animal totems in the Gemstone Kingdom, spiritual connections of crystal vibrations and animal medicine, as well as the deck, allies, and gemstone guardians cards. So I want to thank you for joining me. I hope that that gave some inspiration of some sort or another, that it made sense and that you enjoyed it. Next week, we're going to talk about, or I'm going to share with you about create your own luck and the law of attraction. We're getting close to St. Patrick's Day, so I felt it was time to do something that had to do with luck and what that means and how to work with the law of attraction. And if you ever want to rewatch any of these little mini workshops, you can watch them on my YouTube channel. And if you want, subscribe, youtube.com/Margaret Ann Lembo. And take notice. There's a new deck in the mix there. Kate was able to make my pretty collection of books and decks, so now you can see my Essential Oils and Gemstone Guardians cards. They are coming out on November 22nd, 11/22/22, and they are available for pre-order on Amazon. Actually, everything is available on Amazon and, of course, on thecrystalgarden.com. So I want to thank you again for joining me tonight. We'll be pausing shortly and starting our Shop the Crystal Garden from Home event. And I hope that you'll join us on the Crystal Garden Facebook page. Thanks so much for watching. Much love and many blessings.